terrified of soloing, and any occasion where people have been like, okay, play a solo, I would rather just disappear into the ground or not play at all because I simply have no idea how to do that. So I figured if Sam, who can clearly play a solo with confidence and ease, it's kind of annoying, can do it, then maybe he could teach me. And if I could learn how to play a solo, then you could learn how to play a solo too, and the world would have more people that can play solos on the piano, and that will be a better place. Okay, so the thing that freaks me out the most about soloing is I don't know where to start. I have no idea what notes are gonna sound good together.
I had the same question. When I first started soloing, I was so overwhelmed, but what I found was the easiest way to find your ingredients, to find your notes, is to know your key signature, and then know the scale associated with that key signature. So in this case, we're using E flat major. That's our key.
Because we're in the song Valerie. Sam was soloing off Valerie. Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. So that's an E flat.
Oh, sorry, I'm coming back. Okay.
It's such a good song.
It is really good. You can carry it away. So with this, E flat, F, G, A flat, and B flat, C, D, and E flat.
So
those are our ingredients.
You're telling me that my scales are proving to be useful?
Exactly.
E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, and E flat.
There you go.
That's the ingredients.
Those are your ingredients that we are going to be using throughout this whole process.
So if you play the left hand, I can just play the scale and it's going to sound good.
You bet. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, here we go. There we go.
Can I play them in a different order?
If you would like to, yeah. Get a little adventurous. Nice. So that's the next step. Play it in some different orders.
I'm impressed with your ability to talk and snap and play left hands.
Thank you.
I'm impressed with me right now too, actually.
Yeah.
It's kind of an out-of-body experience.
But this is a good point. You can think about playing and also just have fun, right?
So that was step one, know your scale.
Yeah.
Now, how can we take this to the next level and make it a little more solo-y?
Okay, so you're right. This is kind of the beginning stages.
Yeah.
Let's use patterns in our right hand, using the ingredients that we have to create what we have, kind of these solo ideas.
Okay.
So for example, E flat major, if I had a pattern that went bum, 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 bum.
I can do that.
1 and 2 and 3 and bum. Yeah. That's the pattern. Great, so let's use that. I'm gonna play the left hand, and I want you to play this pattern a few times until you feel comfortable with it, and then I want you to try and change it just slightly to see if you can change that pattern, and then go back and forth between those two.
Okay.
Does that sound like doable?
I'm gonna try.
Okay, let's do it. All right, 1, 2, here we go. Nice. So yeah, get comfortable with that pattern. Hey, yeah.
Ooh.
That's okay. Right, so that was awesome.
This is getting my toes in the water.
Yes, and the patterns worked, right? You changed it up a little bit.
We did.
And then you went back to the original pattern.
I felt kind of brave.
That was good. Yeah. But what else happened?
I made a mistake.
That's okay. I was about to say, the reason you made that mistake was probably because you were thinking about the patterns and not the notes. So that's something to think about. Whoa. When you're using these patterns, your brain is so focused on the sequences that you're not thinking about those ingredients. So knowing those ingredients is so important.
And you're not going to be perfect right away.
Exactly.
Also. So you make a mistake and I just kind of kept going.
Yeah, and that's all you need.
Okay, so I know my scale and ingredients.
Yep.
And then I know that I can pick a few notes. Any of them would work. Would that work?
That would work great. Yeah, as long as it's a pattern that you can remember. That's the key. Because you don't want to make it too challenging.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, what's the pattern?
So the more you kind of create patterns and practice them, you can string them together, I'd assume, and then get comfortable sort of just
that
letting go process that I experienced when I was playing the scale.
That's exactly right. So that's step 2. Figure out some patterns and play around with them.
Okay, so I would like to do that again. I'm going to try to create a couple patterns on the fly as you play the left hand,
all right.
And then I'm going to try to string them together, and then I'm going to try not to think.
Sounds good. Do you want me to snap as well?
That's very helpful.
Let's do it.
I hate to admit it.
Let's do it. 1, 2, here we go. Nice.
Ooh.
I like that pattern.
I'm going to flip it around.
Nice. Let's do it again. Look at that. Nice. Last 1, 2, 3, and...
Okay, so thing just happened there. As I started to like feel freedom to explore a little bit, I was actually being inspired by rhythm.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so rhythm, that's step 3.
Step 3.
So once we have patterns,
Okay.
we kind of get these patterns out of the way, we feel good with some of them,
Yeah.
maybe we look at rhythms. So rhythms in soloing can give you different ideas, can kind of point you in different directions and influence your freedom as you play through.
Is that why you're
some of those
scatting when
ideas.
you play?
Sometimes, yeah. So sometimes when I solo, I go blah, 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 blah.
Show them, show them.
Okay, so scoop bop, scoop bop, scoop buddy boop boop bop, and I'll sing stuff out loud, right? It's a
Yes.
lot of fun, but that's partly why. It's because
Okay.
all of these rhythms are going on in my head, and I want to make sure that it comes out. So let's just experiment with rhythms.
Okay.
Counting them out loud.
Okay.
I always use 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and this is highlighting my eighth notes and
Okay.
subdividing all these beats so that I can feel it a little bit more accurately.
Okay.
So let's do this rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Can you clap it for me?
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
It doesn't matter what notes?
Nope, anything you want. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Nice. 2 and one more time. And 1 and 2 and 3 and Great. So, what are you using?
More rhythms.
And patterns.
Oh my gosh.
So-
have it together.
Now we're kind of combining step 2 and step 3.
You're blowing my mind, Sam.
But step 3 is come up with a rhythm and then use that in your scale with all of the ingredients to see what you can come up with. So let's use that rhythm again.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Perfect. And
okay.
I'm going to use the left hand.
And I'm gonna focus.
Ready?
Yes.
1 and 2 and ti ti ta. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Nice. One more round. 1 and 2 and 3. So we're still using that rhythm.
I changed it.
That's okay. Da, 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 da. Perfect. So you used the rhythm, you used the pattern, and you kind of changed it up a little bit,
Yes.
and then you came back to it. Right?
Okay.
These same steps kind of happen over and over and over again, but as you continue to do this and get more comfortable with it, it gets easier.
You know what might be a good way to practice? Play your left hand again.
Let's do it.
If I wasn't ready to, you could go.
Yeah.
If I wasn't ready to play over this, I could practice like clapping
Yeah.
random patterns.
Nice.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, the scatting is working.
Uh-huh.
Dun, 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 dun. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, so what happened there
I don't
is
know.
the freedom,
Ah!
the ingredients,
Happening.
the patterns, and the rhythms
Ah!
all combine, and you have yourself a solo that you can kind of experiment with and change as you go. But the greatest part about soloing is that it's never wrong. You can always make a cool solo, no matter what you use, and this is a lot of fun. And I just want to throw another little side note. Those rhythms that you used here, that you were vocalizing,
Yeah?
can also help with your left hand as well.
What?
Yeah. So matching your rhythms here with some highlighted moments in your left hand. So let's do that one more time, and I'll
Okay.
see if we can use that 1, 2, 3. What was the rhythm again? It was da, 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 ti, ta.
I think
there
so.
it is. Yeah.
I'll go with that.
2 and ti, ti, ta. So there's the rhythm. I'm going to use that with my left hand as well. Ready? 2, 3, and 1, 2, ti, ti, ta. 1. So I'm not using all the TTs. I'm just using some of them.
What you're doing there is kind of
2,
changing what I want to do here.
Yeah, it's influencing it.
2 notes at once there, just because I felt brave.
Yeah, so this is where everything kind of comes together. This is like the final step, where you have your right hand doing its thing
Yeah,
with the rhythms.
I don't know how I'm going to do with the left hand now.
Go slowly. Yeah, using the metronome, all of this kind of comes together with time and patience, but breaking it down with these steps really helps. So, yeah. Let's
that
try-
just melted down.
Let's try with the metronome.
Ah.
2, and here we go. 2, 3, yeah. So using fifths. Yeah. All right, so still using those chords. E flat, F minor, yeah.
What?
A flat major, B flat major, yeah.
Okay. So that was really quite a bit more difficult. Don't worry.
There's lots going on.
We were thinking ahead, and Sam created you an amazing backing track.
Boom! Just like that.
So you don't have to play hands together right away. You can use the backing track. He also charted the whole song for you, so you can follow along. And you can play with backing track, focusing on your right hand and getting comfortable.
Absolutely.
I think the final thing, we've got all these steps.
Yes.
But the one final step is you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to try this.
Yes, I just
Because
want
I still feel like, oh.
I want to take a shout out, actually. Doing this in front of all of you is really, really challenging. And I think that if you want to take any inspiration from this, we did it here, you can do it at home. It's
you
easy.
can do it.
It's easy.
Make mistakes, embrace them, laugh, have a good time, find the key, make a pattern.
Yeah.
No, find the key, learn the scale.
Yes.
Make the patterns, play with rhythms,
Yep.
coordinate the hands slowly.
Boom.
All right, I think we should have some fun and jam out on our way
I
out
think
of this
that
video.
sounds fun.
I'm going to impress you all with my amazing solo skills.
And I'm going to use some different left-hand rhythms
What?
as well, just to make it a little bit more
Okay.
interesting.
Okay, you start.
All right, ready? Here we go. 2, 3, 4.
We sound so fancy. It's a mismatch.
Have fun with this. This is going to be fun.